Okay, this video is going to be about adding some Diff transfer case and gearbox breathers. Normally there's one on the Diff, I'll show you, and there is some down here. If I can zoom in, you should be able to see there's the cap of the white one there, and there's the silver one there. So the white one is the front Diff breather, and the two silver caps are the gearbox and transfer case breather. So you're going to attempt to route those over and make up a bracket on the back of that extra fuel filter bracket. So that's going to be the project for the weekend, and I'll attempt to try and video the process and give you the sizes of hose and what I've done. Because even though there seems to be a fair bit of information about Diff breathers, there's not a lot of specific information about what fittings to go and get and buy, and a lot of conflicting information, so I'll try and make it definitive. We'll see how we go. So as you can see there, I've unclipped them from the little hook, little clips, and they're just dangling freely there. One's the front Diff, the white one, the other one's either the transfer case or the gearbox. They're both the same, transfer case and the gearbox. You can't get any, that's stuck behind the engine, it's very difficult to get, so what I've done is unclipped them. I'll get underneath with a piece of wire, I'll pull them down, and where I can work on the ends to get those little breathers out, so I can actually have a look at what size hose that is and what barb to barb coupling I need to go to. I think I'm going to use quarter hose from there up to the top. And I'll just use quarter hose on all of them, so I'll get two different barb to barb adapters, and I'll use the existing breathers as a size, so when I go into the shop I know what to get. I'll leave it there and get underneath and pull off those breathers. Okay, let's see if we can find that hose and hook it down. There's one. I need to pull off that So these are the breathers. The white one's the front Diff, and this is gearbox and transfer case. I've just got the one off. As you can see, one looks like it's about a quarter, and one is a lot smaller, eighth maybe. Even smaller again. So I'll go and get some adapters. I wanted to get these off to see what size it was. So hopefully some shops are open and we'll be able to get some adapters and extend that hose out. So here's all the adapters I need and the hose clamp. So there's two quarter to eighth adapters and one quarter to quarter adapter. There is the one for the back Diff. That's trying to think of the thread on that. It's similar to BSP, but it's not BSP. And the three filters where it's going to all terminate. They're those little, if I can get it to focus, they're those brass filters. So it's all there, ready to go. I just got to got 10 metres of hose. Should be overkill on hose, and that'll be all the hosing, and then I just got to make up a bracket. So let's see how we go with that. Okay, by using this bit of wire and hooking these hoses down, I've got them all to here. Try and show them, there they all are there. So I've got them to a place where I can actually get hold of them under the car, and I'm going to put the adapters in, and I've already poked one extension hose down ready to plug in. So I'll go about putting those adapters in and hosing it up to the top. So one thing I noticed when doing this is a little clip there that you can actually unclip from the top of the gearbox, and it actually allows for a lot more of this hose to drop down, which will make it a lot easier to get those ends off. So it looks like you can just unclip it and clip it back on when finished, so that's definitely a good thing. So So there's one, that's the extension hose with the adapter, quarter to quarter. I'm just using a cable tie for a hose clamp because I want to keep it all light so it doesn't have any weight to flop around at the back of the engine there. So that you probably don't need to put anything on there. Their original breathers don't have anything, but I'll put a cable tie on there and see how that goes. So I've got the hose joined, you can see it joined there. It's even back in the clip, and the extension continues on to the other side. It's going to end up over there. So I'll do the next two, and then hopefully we'll have enough hose to, well, we will have enough hose, but hopefully we'll have it all done to be able to hook up the bracket and the air cleaners. So let's go to number two. Okay, so I've routed the hoses and they're sticking out just there for now. So now it's time to do the back one. So the back one we need another fitting. So we'll get this fitting, we'll switch it out and run a pipe up to the front. So let's start to do that. So there is the rear diff breather sitting in the diff. So we're going to undo that and change it for a barb hose tail. So there is the barb hose tail fitted, and now we'll fit the pipe and run it up to the front. You could run a filter up to the back here, but I've chosen to put them all into one place and run pipe. A little bit more pipe, but I think it's a bit neater. So I've routed the pipe from the back, leaving a loop at the back for the suspension, all the way underneath up to the front. So now all I've got to do is I've cable tied it up, running it along the existing looms and pipes, making it look as factory as possible, and now all I've got to do is cut it off at the front and basically mount the breathers, and then just one last final tidy up. Up to the stage where I've got all the four pipes, all the four breathers to here. I'm just going to make a bracket and put all the little air cleaners on, and then one last little tidy up with some cable ties. Make sure it's all routed properly, nothing can touch, nothing rubs, and we're done. So let's start to make this bracket. Here's the finished bracket. Bit of time on the buff, make it a little bit shiny, bit of bling, and the brass filters, the hose tails, and now I'll just bolt that onto the filter housing, and we should be right to go to plumb it up. Okay, so there's the breathers. Diff, front diff, back diff, transfer case,